Hello, my name is Jessica Johns, and this is my lab video for the sheep brain dissection for Anatomy and Physiology 1. As you can see, I've got my sheep brain, tools for the dissection, list of structures. I'm in my kitchen, so let's get this thing started. Okay, so first thing we're going to point out here is this thin membrane surrounding the brain. This is the dura mater. Below the dura mater would be the arachnoid, and which is a very thin membrane between the dura mater and the pia mater. And let me see if I have anything else to point out right now. So underneath that is this big piece is going to be the cerebrum, and this small round piece in the back is the cerebellum. We have the spinal cord sticking out right here, and the bumps that you see on the cerebrum are called gyrus. The kind of canyons that run in between the gyrus are called the sulcus. I'm going to go ahead and take the dura mater off so we can get a better look. That's a lot thicker than I thought it would be. A lot harder to tear off. Let's see. Alright, so that's definitely a lot thicker and harder to get off than I thought it would be. But so we can see a little bit better now the gyrus and the sulcus. In the middle here is this line going down the middle is the longitudinal fissure. This sticking out the back here, the entire thing is the brainstem. Again, we have the spinal cord, and then moving up the spinal cord, we have the medulla oblongata, and then above that is the pons. And if we go in the back and pull down the cerebellum from the cerebrum, you can see, what's the best way to do this here? So pull this down, you can see the superior and the inferior colliculus, that's those bumps right there in the middle. And then connecting the cerebellum to the brainstem is the cerebral peduncle. And then in the cerebellum, okay. So taking a closer look at the cerebellum, these lines going back and forth connecting the two hemispheres together are the vermis. On the left side and right side you have the two lateral hemispheres of the cerebellum. And then let's see here. We've got the meninges on the other side. You can clearly see the pituitary gland right here hanging off. Up here we have the olfactory bulbs, which the olfactory nerves run off of. And then underneath the pituitary gland, let's see here, I may need to cut it off. Alright, so this is a little bit better view right here. Underneath the pituitary gland we have the optic chiasm, which would normally make a cross section right here, and then the parts of the chiasm coming off that are closer to the brain are the tracts, and then the parts on the other side of the chiasm leaving the brain would be the optic nerve. The oculomotor nerve, let's see here, runs along here next to the optic chiasm. It runs along here, and then just next to the oculomotor nerve would be the trochlear. Not sure if it's actually showing here. Let's see. There's a very thin membrane around the pieces of this brain that's probably the arachnoid, or it's the pia mater covering up the brain. You can kind of see it coming up. So, we did the tract, did the optic chiasm, oculomotor. Trochlear would run along here next to the oculomotor, and then you have the trigeminal, which would run just below that, down this way, and then the abducens would be in the middle right here. So now I'm going to cut into the brain, split it in half, and show you what pieces are in the middle. Just give me 1 minute.